Go.
My first video. So I'm Scott Veenkamp, and this is an Omega 14, and it's 1982, I think it says on the nameplate back there, made by Catalina. It was the predecessor of the Capri 14, if you care. So I'm going to get on board. It is a tippy boat if you're doing this at anchor. You know, I always use 3 points, like I'm hanging onto the mast or the halyard or the shroud. To sail, the first thing I want to do is put this mainsail on the boom. And we identify this grommet right here. This is the foot of the sail. That grommet's going to go in this pin that unscrews, but you're not ready to do that yet. You go to the other end, it's got a rope. That's called the hank, I think. Boom bang. This is the no. This is off of the other end of the bottom of the sail. So that's going to go in first. Just look for the red rope and feed it into the groove. And Pam, you can pause the video while, oh no, you can watch while I you have to kind of work it all the way down. Now, a two-person thing would be one person pulls the rope and the other person feeds the sail, and you could probably do it in one smooth motion, but
So there's a divot or something in there that just threads it?
it goes right into this little open space here.
Okay.
Then you see the groove gets narrower, and that's what holds the rope.
Okay.
So once you're in there, unscrew the pin. And put it through that grommet in the sail. And then it just screws back in and snug. Now we're going to follow the other edge of the sail for the mast. And that's got, Pam, you want to show the groove here?
Yeah. I'm going to come over to this other side and get a better little bit.
Oh yeah, I'm out in the, I can be out in the water and you can't. But this, it's obvious, it's the feeding thing, and then this narrow groove goes up, so you just feed it in here.
Okay.
So you have to go to the head of the sail. Which looks like this.
Okay.
Okay. And this is the tricky part. Pam, this rope that this is called a halyard. Okay, and once we loosen this, you never want to let go of that end because it'll end up at the top of the mast and you won't be able to get it again. Okay. So continue to hold this, but then it just unscrews.
Okay.
Firm mouth. Head of the sail. You just have to screw the pin back in without dropping it in the water.
Seems tricky.
Yeah, this is the part that, you know, 40-year-old fingers work better than 70-year-old fingers. Okay, so now we're ready to raise sail.
Oh, okay.
And we just grab the rope, halyard. So this is the main halyard. And there it goes. You have to feed the bead of the sail into the groove all the way. And you just kind of keep.
And then it stops when it's all the way to the top.
And right here, there's a stop. The boom slides up and down, and it won't go any lower than that. You want it at least 6 inches above the stop. So just hoist the sail a bit more, and now I've got my 6 inches. Then you are ready to tie off the sail. So I'm just going to come down and tie it to the cleat. There you go. So then this guy here, this is the boom vane. We just want to get the top of the along the mast kind of taut. So I just pull down a little. That keeps it from going up in the air. Now something I probably forgot to tell you is before you do this, you want to make sure that this is called the main sheet. It's what controls how far in or out the sail can go. So you want to have that all slackened before you put the sail up, because otherwise the wind will grab it and try to tip the boat over while you're putting up the sail. So just have that, so now it can swing any way it wants to and go as far as it wants to.
Have you ever hit your head on that thing?
Well, yeah, that's part of sailing, is knowing where the boom is.
Okay.
So
Safety tip.
now we have a dagger board, so as we get out into the water, we've got just a release here. I'd say before you even put up the sail, you can prepare the dagger board to go down. So now when that gets into water, you can just push down. Then you will pull this back to set the dagger board and put it through this cleat right on the floor to keep it from going back up again. So you're going to pull back on this rope, put it through this cleat, and then the cleat will hold it in the down position. This is the up position. That's the down position.
Okay.
That's what this rope will help you do.
And what's the function of that, the dagger board? So you don't tip over, or it gives you traction in the water?
If you didn't have the dagger board, then the wind would just be pushing you sideways across the water. So the dagger board keeps you from going sideways motion and helps you create forward motion.
And is that something that you have to make sure and have up when you come in? It gets more shallow?
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now it's fully retracted and we're sitting on shore. So it extends about 4 foot below the boat. So by the time you get out to where the mooring is, you know, it can pretty much be down, but I don't lock it into position until I get out into the water.
So this is prepping it.
Because if I were to hit something shallower, it would just bounce up over it.
Okay.
So.
What about this loose, when you did the sail, you have this right here.
Oh, good, Pam.
What's that?
You've just discovered one of the things that I forgot.
Okay.
We'll sit on this side. What this does, this should have been part of putting the sail on the boom. Hold on while I untangle myself. Once you've locked in on that grommet, then you should go to the other end of the sail to
Run it through there, whatever that is.
There's a little knot, and then you run it through there, come down over the end of the sail. So I want to pull it as taut as I can, and then it comes back to this guy here.
Oh, okay.
So right now I'm 2 inches short
Because you want the
because I
knot?
have to be out here.
Okay.
So that means that because I put the sail up first, now there's tension on it. Now it's going to be harder for me to do this. So the right thing to do is bring the sail back down, fix the bottom, and then put it back up.
So do we want to redo our video? No.
We could do that. Or I can see if I can struggle through this or not.
You get like more muscle. Oh, there. Oh, wow. You did it. You did it. I think you did it. Yeah, you're stronger than you realize.
How close am I? Oh, look at that. And it just lays in there.
Did it work?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably should be
John
a quarter inch longer.
John can splice it, so you'll do that one first. Oh,
Okay, we're good. Whoa, no, we're not.
it's because the wind is pulling at the sail now.
All right, now I can.
Okay.
And I just let that dangle.
Okay. And so what's this? What's this at your...
So this is called the main sheet.
Now, technically, when you have this set up, are you ready to just go out into the water now? What
Yeah,
do they
there's
call
two
when you
things.
push the sailboat out into the water?
Going sailing.
Oh, going sailing. Is it time to go sailing now?
So this just controls
Okay.
your sailing. It's called the main sheet. That's just part of sailing. And then the other thing that you need to do when you get out on the water is lower the rudder, and there's just a little pinch bolt, and you just look for it and it's obvious, and you go, oh, I unscrew that, and it goes down. Then once you get in enough depth, you tighten it back up so it stays down.
Okay.
So right now I just got it loose so it can float.
That helps you steer
This is the rudder.
the rudder.
Yep. So you have to put the rudder down in the water just like you have to put the dagger board or a keel board. So there's two pieces of wood that have to go down into the water. So you accomplish that when you get in enough depth to do it. Now, can we talk about the new jib sheet?
Yep.
Now, here's the fun part.
Okay.
The foresail, or jib, is wrapped up on the front shroud here.
And you can sail without this and just the one sail, but adding the second sail does what?
Adds more power.
Okay.
It's catching more wind. How did I do that? Wow. Actually, I would like them coming off together there. Okay, so these are your jib sheets, they're called. We're going to go into sailing as far as what's a line and what's a sheet and what's a halyard. They're all ropes. So if you don't care about being a sailor, You can just call everything a rope, and this would be the jib rope. I kind of feel like I'm figuring this out as I go here.
Well, I watched you release it yesterday when you were sailing. It looked pretty slick.
Okay. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Okay, so it will unfurl by pulling on these lines. But before we unfurl it, we want to prepare some things. So I don't want it to just unwrap itself. So what am I going to do? I'm going to use this purple line here. And that's what wraps it up. So if I take the purple line and say, okay, well, I'm just going to tie this off temporarily here. Now it won't unfurl, so I can run my jib sheets where they belong, because you got to have these outside the shroud going to the cleat, the jib cleat.
And that's this right here. Is that?
Yep. And what we're going to do over here.
And do you release the second sail when you're sailing and before you go sailing?
Yeah.
Or do you set up both of them?
I think that's, well, if you're going out solo, I would say that it's difficult to untie that purple knot while you're underway.
Sure.
So I would say putting out your jib can be done while you're underway, which is the beauty of this roller furler. This is a figure 8 knot. Once over, back around, over the top, into the hole. That's what you want. You don't want this to go flying off in the water, because only one of these will work at a time and the other one is just loose.
So sailing is a lot of ropes.
It is. That's why they made up so many names for it. Lines, sheets, halyards.
And so there's these 2 ropes that you had when you were showing us this one in the front. These 2 ropes that were like the same length, and so you have these devices on each side of the boat to duplicate what you're doing with the figure 8 and the lines. Okay.
All right, now outside the shroud, and I'm done with my purple knot now. And let's put it on this side. I'm going to pull this, and there it is. And then you just get the rope down between the 2 pinchers there, and that one's going to stay there. And then this one just flops around. Now when I'm sailing and I'm going to turn or tack the boat, and I want the sail to go from that side to that side, well, one thing I have to do is push on the tiller. But at the same time that I do that, I'm going to release this one, so that when I get to this side of the boat, I'm going to pull on this one. And now the sail's on the other side of the boat.
A lot of thought while you're sailing, right?
That's what makes it fun, I guess.
That's what makes it fun. Some people do puzzles and some people go sailing.
Yeah. So that's the new jib, and this is our main, and we're not going to forget to do this little rope off the end of the sail that I had to struggle with, but which would have been so much easier to do if I'd have just had the sail down first. So you got to put the pin in the grommet, and then before you do anything else up there, you come to this end of the boom and you put your right rope on. Once you got this part done on both ends, then go up the mast, tie it off, and your mainsail is there.
Now, are you ready to go sailing?
I think all I need to do is push off.